Okay, so today, Friday, week 42, gonna do some English, one-page English practice. So, what was the last page we're reading? So it's supposed to be this one here, but I remember we can read the first word. So let me just turn it here, like this. Focus it. Actually, no, because we need to start here. Alright, is it focused? Alright, let's go. Action. Action is doing something for a particular purpose. The government is taking emergency action to deal with the housing crisis. And action is something that you do. Do on a particular occasion. Jack was sort of man who did not like his actions questioned. To bring a legal action against someone means to bring a case against them in a court of law. Two leading law firms are to prepare legal actions against tobacco companies. The action is all the important and exciting things that are happening in a situation. Hollywood is where the action is now. The fighting which takes place in a war can be referred to as action. A murderous war that would see millions die as a result of a direct military action. 13 soldiers were killed and 10 wounded in action. An action movie is a film in which a lot of dangerous and exciting things happen. An action hero is the main character in one of these films. If you action something that needs to be done, you deal with it. Documents can be actioned or filed immediately. If someone or something is out of action, they are injured or damaged and cannot work or be used. He's been out of action for 16 months with a serious knee injury. If someone wants to have a piece of the action or a slice of the action and they want to take part in an exciting activity or situation, usually in order to make money or become more important. Phrase: if you put an idea or policy into action, you begin to use it or cause it to operate. They have learned the lesson of business management theory and put them into action. Collocations. Action. Appropriate action, decisive action, drastic action, emergency action, immediate action, urgent action, disciplinary action, legal action, military action. Verb plus action. Take action, defend action, justify action, support action, demand action. Verb plus action. Bring action, initiate action, launch action, pursue action, threaten action. Synonyms. Action, as in measure. He said stern measures would be taken against the killers. Step. He greeted the agreement as the first step towards peace. Maneuver. Maneuvers to block the electoral process. Deed. His heroic deeds were celebrated in every corner of India. Move. It may also be a good move to suggest she talks things over. Act. My insurance excludes acts of sabotage and damage done by weapons of war. Actionable. If something that you do or say to someone is actionable, it gives them a valid reason for bringing a legal case against you. Action replay. An action replay is a repeated showing, usually in a slow motion, of an event that has just been on television. It's also called instant replay. Action replay. Activate. 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 If a device or process is activated, something causes it to start working. Video cameras with night vision can be activated by movement. A voice-activated computer. Activation. A computer controls the activation of an airbag. See the feature technology. Active. Someone who is active moves around a lot and does a lot of things. Having an active youngster about the house can be quite wearing. A long active life. If you have an active mind or imagination, you are always thinking of new things. The tragedy of an active mind tried by failing physical health. If someone is active in an organization, cause or campaign, they do things for it rather than just giving it their support. A chance for fathers to play a more active role in childcare. Actively. They actively campaigned for the votes. Active is used to emphasize that someone is taking action in order to achieve something rather than just hoping for it or achieving it in an indirect way. Companies need to take active steps to increase exports. Active discouragement from teachers. Actively. They have never been actively encouraged to take such risks. If you say that a person or animal is active in a particular place or at a particular time, you mean that they are performing their usual activities or performing a particular activity. Guerrilla groups are active in the province. An active volcano has erupted recently or is expected to erupt quite soon. Molten lava from an active volcano. An active substance has a chemical or biological effect on things. The active ingredient in some of the mouthwashes was simply a detergent. In grammar, the active or the active voice means the forms of a verb which are used when the subject refers to a person or thing that does something. For example, in I saw her yesterday, the verb is in the active. Compare passive. See also feature at the research study. Synonyms: active, busy. Phil Martin is an exceptionally busy man. Lively. Josephine was bright, lively and cheerful. Energetic. Blackwell is 59, strong looking and enormously energetic. Sprightly. The sprightly 85-year-old president. Active duty. Active duty means the same as active service. Active service. Someone who is on active service is taking part in war as member of the armed forces. In April 1944, he was killed on active service. Activism. Activism is the process of campaigning in public or working for an organization in order to bring about political or social change. Activist. An activist is a person who works to bring about political or social changes by campaigning in public or working for an organization. Activist. The police say they suspect the attack was carried out by animal rights activists. Collocation. Activists. Activist. Activist, noun plus activist. Community activist, party activist, human activist, rights activist, peace activist. Adjective plus activist. Environmental activist, political activist, anti-apartheid activist, black activist, gay activist, left-wing activist. Verb. Arrest activist, detain activist, anger activist. Synonyms: activist, militant. Militant is synonym of activist. The militants might still find some new excuse to call a strike. Organizer. The organizers of the demonstration concede that they hadn't sought permission for it. Activity. Activity is a situation in which a lot of things are happening or being done, an extraordinary level of activity in the government bonds market. The electrical activity of the brain. An activity is something that you spend time doing. You can take part in activities from canoeing to bird watching. The activities of a group are the things that they do in order to achieve their aims. He has also been imprisoned for his political activities. Alright, that's it for today. So if you just happen to stumble upon this thing, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Because I just read dictionary, but I'm doing it for the purpose of practicing my vocabulary and my pronunciation, and I just put it up on the internet for the purpose of just some sort of accountability, just putting it out in the public, and perhaps I'll get inspired. Someone will start reading dictionary as well and build their vocabulary, practice, have fun, learn new words. Alright, thanks. Bye.